really like it makes a lot of sense to ban warrior every single time, especially when it's control warrior. You don't want that against your lineup.
I definitely agree. So we can move into the game. Both players are ready and they already started the game. So we hope for a good series this time. I mean, for sure it was also good to see 3-0 sweep by aggressive druid, but we want some good value 3-2 or something like that. So yeah, Ryzen Rogue against Freeze Mage. Who do you think is favored in that matchup?
Usually Freeze Mage is the favor. Like the Rogue has like finite amount of damage. Like it's the same against Warrior. They struggle to apply enough damage, and Freeze Mage is really good at stalling and healing. So it's usually considered a really bad matchup for standard Oil Rogue.
Yeah, that's true, man. And I mean, what do you need to do? What do you have to do if you're a rogue against Freeze Mage? What's your game plan usually?
Your game plan is usually setting up a board and then tinkering up and then doing low step on a key turn. Like when you have a massive board and he can't freeze it, or after Alex, like when he's about to burn you, you set up low step and like set up lethal as well. But it is actually, this is one of the really hard matchups to play.
Yeah, I agree.
For both sides.
I agree. But it's clear. Do you set up some kind of crazy big daggers this time, this game, or something like that against Freeze Mage? Does it even good to like wait for a great big dagger?
Weapons are important because yes, Freeze Mage can freeze the rogue space, but they can't do it every single turn. So if your board is big enough, you just like make a dagger.
Okay, that's clear. Sounds good to me. Super JJ is arguing in chat that Ryzen could have won the game, but I doubt that, man. It was so hard to win the Xixo Druid, and Ryzen right now, he's in a good spot right now. 5 mana of Zalae, it's not much he can do this turn. He has Blizzard if he wants to, he can coin that out. It's not looking that great because you want to play on curve because you have Flame Strike, right?
Yeah, but I guess he what can he do? Like he can, he just chooses to develop the ice. Yeah, I really like this. Just develop the iceberg and ping, set up for current Flame Strike next turn. Like ideally, you want to save the coin for Antonidas, but you still have the option to Blizzard if you really want to.
Yeah, but he decides to go on curve. I can understand that. That's pretty understandable turn there, because right now he can Blizzard, or he can even coin Flame Strike if he wants to. What do you prefer here, to coin Flame Strike or just go with Blizzard?
Flame Strike just looks so clean here.
Yeah, Flame Strike just looks perfect.
Blizzard, you still need to do stuff next turn. Yeah, definitely just Flame Strike. Also, like Ryzen knew that was gonna happen, so he could have made like a Tinker play and develop more tokens, but he knew they were just gonna die anyway.
Yeah, so that's pretty good from Ryzen there.
That's like the best top deck ever.
Yeah, Dr. Boom is never a bad top deck. Dr. Green, you always play him when
he actually played it so fast that the boom is stuck on my screen. Like he literally just like played it on 0.1 seconds or something.
He gonna bombs for 1 damage. Feels good, man. I love that bombs. I would take that any day. So do you perhaps sprint here into something like a Psy Agent or even more? Even he can get like 4-drop Shredder.
Yeah, like he could also like if he got a Farseer, he could I don't know if he plays Farseer, but if he plays Farseer, he could heal up the boom.
We know that Ryzen play BGH. The only target for BGH in this game is Alexstrasza, which you know if you're getting Alexstrasza, you're probably dead next turn, so it's not that threatening. So
not always, but in a lot of cases.
Most of the times, yeah. Let's not say like usually. So you have to ping the Dr. Boom here, I guess. Oh, he also goes with fireballing the teacher, and as far as I remember, they usually run only one fireball in the dead deck, in the Reno Jackson decks.
Yeah, like you have flaming torch, so
Yeah, you just run torch instead of the. So he's setting up some Thugger. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
I guess he's not gonna kill it.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
not
he can proc the block. That's what he's doing right
yeah.
now. But
Yeah, this is definitely the play. This is definitely the play.
I didn't notice first, but then I counted twice, and then I realized that he's actually like proccing the block here. That's really great, and I guess he can Reno Jackson if I count correctly. Oh no, he didn't have the ice barrier.
Did you have scientists at all?
Yeah, scientist and ice barrier. He didn't have boss, so he cannot actually Reno Jackson here. This is so
It would
ridiculous.
be so insane if he could Reno.
Oh,
Jackson.
he can get 2 cards, right?
Yeah, he can draw into Reno if he's really lucky.
Oh my god, it's not about it.
I mean, he can survive obviously with Iceberg, but
that's
again,
so bad.
this is the problem with Reno in Freeze Mage. It's just on average, it's just so late in the game you can use it.
So he gave himself as many draws as he could, but he has
Alexstrasza is also what he's searching for right now.
Yeah. So basically, he needs Alexstrasza, or he can't, right? He can't do anything with Reno Jackson because he needs 2 draws for that. He has to draw the Ice Barrier and he has to draw Scientist. That's not it. This is...
I mean, he can survive.
Technically, yeah, technically.
From his side, he's not dead, but
we know.
Yeah,
we know he has Flurry, so there's nothing that Zalae can do here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's so freaking bad to have Reno Jackson.
I think he's just gonna have Frost Nova, Iceland's face, and play Emperor. Like that's what he made. Like if Reno can't proc, that's what he can do.
Yeah, of course Reno can't. We already clarified. Yeah. But you know, man, if he could play Reno here, it would be a completely different game.
Yeah, it would be a different game. You would win, but that's why I love it so much more in Warlock, where you just play one-offs.
Never lucky, always copy. Feels bad, man. Yeah, he just did the play that you mentioned. That's like definitely the play here, but we know that Zalae is unfortunately dead. So Ryzen takes a game finally today.
So Rogue managed to beat Freeze Mage.
Yeah, and we was behind the Freeze Mage that game, right? Yeah. But sometimes it happens, and we see that with Reno Jackson in hand and having copies in your deck, that's not good. You have to change the deck somehow or something like that. But I mean, JJ doing so great with the deck.
It is not. I'm not saying it's a bad deck at all, but it's just the downside of the deck is that your Reno on average will go off so late. Like it will go off like maybe 5, 6, 7 turns later than if you play no duplicates. If you play like 4 duplicates, something like that. It is a lot of turns later. It will go off on average. So that's not like there is a significant downside of it.
Yeah. So that's all the decks. It has good sides and a bad sides. So everything like that.
Yeah, I mean the upside is that you can win some unwinnable games, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Let's imagine he had the Reno Jackson this time. I mean, it would be his game for sure, but yeah, sometimes it happens. You're not getting Mad Scientist. You even need to get 1 Mad Scientist because you have to like get secrets, at least 1 secret, and second you can get in your hand.
It was also pretty unlucky to have Alex in his last 10 cards.
Yeah,
Alex would also save him.
Yeah, Alex would get him 15 health, and we know that Ryzen did not have any damage in his hand, besides the Flurry. So, what's about this matchup? It's usually 50-50, right?
Yeah, I would say so. The thing is, I feel like Druid has just become maybe stronger a little bit than Essus. Rogue hasn't had a lot of improvement. I still think it's about 50-50. Both hands are kind of decent. Zalae chose not to use his Innovate, obviously, because his hand is so high curve. He'd rather save it. He can actually just Wrath here. I think it's better for his curve. Then he can play Boom next turn. Like, you always... If you can get Boom out on turn 4 against the Rogue, it's really, really good. Let's see if Ryzen can get his big game Honda here. That would really change the game.
Yeah, that would change the game a lot.
He does,
just to the first card. Yeah.
I think this is Ryzen's moment.
Yeah, but then on the lay side also, he has such a huge hand though. Not to mention, I mean, just Dr. Boom into 5-drop for sure. I mean, you have Azure Drake, you have Lotseb if you want to. Into then a 3, so that should be not bad. Ryzen go with BGH, that's pretty clear here. Do you deal with the second bomb? Yeah.
Yeah, because it always gives a big game Honda.
Yeah.
So when he had 2 backstab, I don't see any point of holding him.
So if you're Zalae, you have to go with Lotseb here, right?
I think you Keeper it. Keeper is so bad in this matchup.
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I didn't see the Keeper just in the left corner. He was hiding that there. We see on the right side.
I don't think it's best there. Like he could do something, make a 6/6 cleave, but it wasn't that good. So Zalae has the option of playing counter Lothar, I guess.
Yeah, I think you answer with the Lothar too.
We could also draw cards if it feels like it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Rogue. You don't want to keep the Rogue minion on board first of all, and then you don't want Rogue to buff the minion this turn, this particular turn.
He knows it his boom turn, so like he has BGS, so he doesn't mind Lothar being on a boom turn. Because if Ryzen plays his boom, it's just gonna get killed. Like Zalae's boom did. Usually you would say like, oh, my Lothar is just gonna get wasted because he can just play Dr. Boom on that turn. But in this case, it's not the case. You want to bait it out.
Yeah.
Goes for the non-greedy play. I can understand that. He wants the highest chance of his Dr. Boom surviving. But I guess we're gonna see some trading with Boom bots first. Then maybe like Shredder Boom or Hero Power, then Assassin Boom. I guess he's gonna opt for Shredder. The upside with the Nasus Hero Power was that he could he couldn't mitigate the effect of the second boom bot, but I understand this. Getting Shredder out is always nice.
Yeah, that's not bad, but I mean, that's still not anyone's game, right?
Yeah, like Ryzen has a huge hand right now, but Zalae has low. He can just refill his hands whenever he wants to. It's a pretty interesting game. Teacher is one of the key tools in this matchup, because Swipe clears it, but the opponent needs to have thrown Swipe. And second of all, it's inefficient.
Okay. I'm sorry, Indran, but we have Orange himself coming with the taxi because he wanted to join us.
That's awesome.
we can't avoid it. Just hello, Orange.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Say hi to fans because we have.
I see.
It's he met Orange like that. So are you ready in game?
Yeah. I'm gonna spectate the match now. Sorry for this being a little bit abrupt.
Ender, you there?
Yes, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, nice. Skype died for some reason. Sorry, guys, we're back, and we have Orange here for Game 3.
Hello, everyone.
It's basically like Game 2 between Ryzen and Zalae, and right now we have a pretty awkward spot for Ryzen. I mean, it's still not Zalae game yet, because he doesn't have any combo in hand.
This swipe from Zalae looks like it's going to be huge on the following turn. If Ryzen cannot do something... do something out of the ordinary this turn.
True, true. So Healbot here from Ryzen seems not that bad, and you also can go with Van Cleef if he wants to, yeah.
Yep, just straight in the small dudes. Yeah.
And you know that your opponent just played the BGH, you don't mind having this big of Van Cleef. And the only thing that Zalae can is like find some silence here.
Yeah, he also already used the
Yeah, one
silence early
keeper.
game.
Yeah, one keeper he used already.
Yeah.
That's we remember on the BGH. So now you swipe here the teacher, I guess.
You can kill the 8/8 if you want to.
Oh yeah, because you have the Vras for 4.
Yeah.
I think it wants that. There's still going to be a Violet Teacher and anti-Healbot on board, but like that 8/8 is so much pressure and definitely your #1 priority target to kill right now. So.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the Ryzen only has 2 cards in hand, so. And
Yeah,
you had 24, so.
If you don't kill the 8/8, like how if he uses the swipe on the Violet Teacher, how is it then gonna deal with the one cleave?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to deal with real combat and seeing no Force of Nature or Savage Roar in the hand. I think that's gonna be really hard.
To be honest, the Ryzen hand is not that good though, having 2 late flurries, and he already played a lot of minions there. So just goes with one of the flurries.
I think you re-equip here just also to generate the token.
And you also, yeah, just equipping this. So that's not the best situation for Zalae, but Ryzen still need to find a bit of damage, because it seems like not the end the next turn.
Another swipe would be huge for Zalae.
Yeah, that would probably win the game.
Yeah, but actually, like if he doesn't find exactly swipe, he or no way to interact with the board, I should say. I think this is like over next turn even.
Oh my god, this is so awkward. You have to.
I mean, you gotta go for the second one, right? Like,
Yeah,
what
I
else is
think
there?
so. There are so many.
This is like that frustrating already. You just go with the second, right? If you don't find the swipe here, feels like the game ending.
Yeah, without if it doesn't hero power, it's just lethal from Ryzen. Then again, Zalae knows this, so it definitely is gonna hero power.
I mean, but it's 8. Yeah, it's still lethal hero powers. Because he has flurry.
Because yeah, he has flurry,
Yeah.
Ray
You
dagger.
can just attack with a dagger.
You can use flurry, Ray dagger, yeah.
So he pretty much knows his stat at this point.
Oh!
because-
Oh, he should have attacked first.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, he didn't get punished.
Never
Went a little bit
punished.
too fast there.
Never ever punishment there. Oh my god, what the game? Ryzen finally found his way with Rogue, and 2-0 for him against Zalae now. So, what's left for Zalae?
I believe it's his warrior.
Yeah, it's Warrior, and it's actually a pretty good matchup even. I mean, not that good. It's not Control, right? It's Patron. But it's not the end of the world. You can win with Patron, right, guys?
It's Patron, yeah. Like, it was better pre-nerf, but it's still winnable. It is.
I think let's just say this. I think I like his chances better with Druid than I do with Patron, and he already lost with Druid, so. The keys in this matchup is really just to find your weapon. Fire Warrocks and Deathspite are your most important cards, followed by Grommash. And you really want to aggressively mulligan for the weapons, I think.
Is that the same deck that Eloise play? They run Ragnaros, I guess. I'm pretty sure Zalae does not run Ragnaros.
No, this. I've not been testing for Zalae for this particular match, but I think the list is playing is very close to the one that Xixo and Oskak have popularized for BlizzCon, the one that Oskak used in BlizzCon. There's been the standard list used by most players in tournaments as of late, and some people have made tech choices as to include Ragnaros.
Yeah, because we saw on the league already, like 2 people of the league running Ragnaros. I guess it's Cyan and Eloise. I'm pretty sure like Zalae not running this one. We're gonna see that.
Another important factor is that if it's that list, Zalae runs Lothar as well, which is obviously really, really good against Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having Lothar is such a huge against Rogue. That's pretty true. So, what's your plan if you're Rogue on the other side? You just want to have always answer for patrons, right?
Yeah. If you can, like, you really just have to save like a dagger up and a flurry for the patron turns.
Flurry, as in many other matchups, is like your most valuable tool. Because without Flurry, you can really not recover from a bunch of patrons. Although Flurry is like arguably the best way to deal with a lot of patrons too. So the matchup is kind of reliant on that. But they also, like these days, have to deal like with the shredders, the low fibs, the doctor boom that patron can throw out at you. So it's definitely not everything you have to be worried for, but like being able to deal with patron goes a long way in this matchup.
He chooses just to cycle a Fan of Knives. It's a really bad card in this matchup, and he could have went for something like Deadly Asire, but there was already a War Axe showing, so definitely.
Yeah, definitely like the draw there, because you want to squeeze into your deck just a little bit more. Then you have Doctor Boom on turn 7 already, and really good 2 minions from Zalae. He just drops the Dread Corsair and also the Shredder, so pretty good board. Is it good enough to flurry somehow here? I don't think so, right?
I think you can do something with Deadly SI. Maybe he opts to go for the prep sprint.
Okay. So
I actually really like this. Make Zalae commit a little bit more to the board, get more value of the flurry that is so important. Actually, yes, this has to kill it
I
here.
agree.
It's a very obvious value that he has to flurry if he doesn't attack here. So I like this. Can see a little bit more information, and also just maybe you don't even have to use it. Maybe you can deal with the board with just.
And again, you don't have to like prep Zap because you have flurry if he overcommits.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you're Zalae here on the other side? You're probably not gonna go for the ghoul for sure. But what do you really do here? Is there any kind of shenanigan we can find? Or you just like armor up, skip the turn, something like that. Okay, it might be possible that he can go with Ghoul just to protect the Shredder somehow. But do you really think that he has nothing to clear Shredder with? I'm pretty sure no.
It's not unreasonable to go for the Ghoul. For sure, like I think if you don't go for the Ghoul, it's like either just armor up pass, or swing with War Axe if you can new War Axe armor up pass.
Yeah, like
he just dealt with your Dread Crusader via combat, right? So
yeah. So he decided not to go with Ghoul, and it's actually understandable too.
he's hoping for a 2 toughness so he can double SI.
Oh, that's awkward.
good one.
That's really awkward. I guess with the second one. So for Zalae, another Ghoul. So
It plays double Ghoul. That's something we've seen being more popular in Patreon lately because of like a lot of paladins and stuff. In the original list, they actually just played 1 Ghoul, but it seems like Zalae has opted to play 2 of them.
should be not that great against control matchup, right?
No, not really. But then again, like since we don't have Warsong anymore, like taunts in Patreon just go up a lot in value because they will, like Dread Corsair went up in value, and Unstable Ghoul did because when you can't charge them and deal a lot of damage immediately, you have to rely on them sticking and having taunts to protect the patrons, especially in the form of Ghoul, because if they actually have to kill it, your patron just multiply are like more valuable than ever.
Yeah, and also Patron now is more like a tempo deck. Like it's more like Druid now, and Dread Corsair is a huge tempo play.
Yeah.
Plus, as before, like it obviously has good synergies with Battle Rage and.
So yeah, that's really good turn for Zalae. Finds a couple of draws for himself, but does like Ryzen just go with Flurry? No? Yeah, prep Flurry. With
Yeah.
Dr. Boom, seems like a pretty good board to have, and clearing the board from Zalae.
I think Zalae's looking for a Whirlwind here. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, and the situation for Zalae looking really not that good. He has to play Slam, I guess, on the Dr. Boom to find maybe Executes.
He has an Execute already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has an Execute. Right. Yeah, he has.
Slam Execute is like pretty good. You're delaying the patrons that you want to make again by one turn. So like the logic I'm using at least is that he just used one flurry for first patrons, and we want to minimize the time that you can get to find the second one and like do patrons right away. But Dr. Boom is just such a big threat that you have to deal with that and delay the patrons for one turn. But next turn it's actually looking like a very good patron turn again.
So I guess you slam one goal, no? Oh, you don't.
No.
Okay.
You want to save it.
So what's the Ryzen answer here? It feels like a loss-up turn, right?
Yeah.
Just goes
Yeah, I
with
guess like it
daggering.
blocks the patrons, but I mean, he could also have done something like Teacher Tinker. That would be like more damage probably, and those are kind of awkward. But this blocks the patrons, so.
So what Ryzen needs to finish up this game? Basically, Flurry, I guess he doesn't have. He already casted one, and
If he draws Flurry, it's probably gonna be GG.
Yeah.
So Zalae has some kind of decision to make here. There's a couple of ways to play this turn. Just cannot decide which one is better. I mean, it feels like again armor up pass, but it's too bad.
Yeah, this is where you're like Ghoul can like you're getting pretty low. You don't want your opponent to have like a free Tinker Oil turn next turn, kinda. You might consider just throwing out Ghoul to soak up some damage. Now with the Red Crusader's second taunt, I really don't think you need a second Ghoul all that much. But looks like he decided for one and even two of the Ghouls, which is surprising to me, but with the Red Crusader it makes some sense if you get a logic. Like the logic behind it is that you have one taunt to protect your patrons.
Just found the Flurry.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit bad.
It's looking really grim
for Zalae.
now.
Yeah. Oh, he wanted to bomb to hit the second one.
I mean, he could have. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he understand this.
Wait,
he wants to Tinker.
Okay, he wants to Tinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he not going for T-shirt? Because he obviously want to go for Tinker.
Yeah.
So you're not. You can probably even attack here once, right? Because
you don't have to. Like you have second Tinker and a Flurry.
Yeah, but wait, you know.
But like taunts.
Yeah. Just taunts.
Yeah, I think you actually it makes
you
sense.
You attack, yeah. Then you just equip second oil next turn and just Flurry. And I guess it just feels really good. So now execute for Ryzen. He cannot kill this Lotep very clearly here. Has to attack into that, which obviously not gonna do because of the low HP. So it goes with a lot of patrons here. Feels like the game over. And Ryzen 3-0 with his Rogue. We have like what games do we have today? First of all, we had Xixo who won like 6-0 with his Druid. And now we have Ryzen who lost to Xixo, obviously, but now he's winning Zalae 3-0. Feels bad.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very surprising. Also with Rogue, that hasn't been all that popular lately. Oskaka used it in BlizzCon, but other than that, we haven't seen much Rogue. And like seeing Like, if someone told me decks that 3-0s in Last Year Standing, I would definitely not have Rogue as my pick.
Yeah,
But rather something like Druid, Paladin, even Patron Warrior.